Hey, what's going on, people? My name is Terrell Andretti, and I'm the Narc's Nemesis. For those of y'all that are watching me on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. That helps YouTube's algorithm pick up this content and push it out to more people that need it. Somebody liked it for you, so make sure you like it for somebody. If you need a one-on-one phone session, the link is down below in the video description. If you need to talk, if you need to vent, if you need advice custom made and tailor fitted to your situation, make sure y'all book a session. I do all cities, states, time zones, and countries, so do not let that deter you from booking a session. If you do not see a desired date or time, make sure y'all send me an email, which is in the video description as well, and let me know your desired date or time, because I do after-hour sessions, evening sessions, and weekend sessions, so they're upon request. So just let me know what time works for you. Make sure y'all check out my performance video, Regret Radio. It is available here on the channel throughout the videos. It is about my narcissistic experience, and it is from my pop project, Supernova, which is also about my narcissistic experience in its entirety. So y'all make sure y'all check that out and let me know what y'all think. Leave me some critique, share it with a friend, help me push that out to more people. Today I want to talk about narcissistic fleas. A lot of people wonder, okay, am I the narcissist? Am I narcissistic? Am I the problem, or whatever the case is? And the short answer is yes. And let me get to that. The reason being is, during a narcissistic relationship, you develop what is called narcissistic fleas, which means you develop behaviors, tactics, and habits that help you survive in a narcissistic environment. So what that means is you start being just as narcissistic as them to survive in a narcissistic environment. And the thing is, a lot of people don't notice that they have these traits. Because what happens is, if they're manipulative, you start being manipulative to survive their manipulation. If they project, you start projecting to project what they're projecting onto you, away from you. If they lie, you start lying to get a hold of your reality, or to create your own reality outside of theirs. And a lot of times, if they start cheating, or if they're cheating, you start cheating to protect yourself. Now, I don't condone any of this in no way, shape, or form, but it is a natural human response. If they're not taking accountability, you start not taking accountability, because what happens is you start saying, well, nobody's taking accountability for what they're doing to me, so I'm not taking accountability for anything either. And a lot of people do not notice that they've developed these traits, because it becomes a natural reaction to how they're being treated. So a lot of times, the behaviors that we talk about on this channel match up with your behavior as well, because some people realize it to an extent, but a lot of people don't know that they've developed it, and also they don't know that they still carry these traits, because these traits are developed as a defense mechanism for narcissism. But like I said, a lot of people aren't healing, and a lot of people aren't dealing with their shit. So what's happening is they're taking these traits with them long after the narcissist is gone. So that's why you'll find yourself still blame shifting, still projecting, still not taking accountability, still not still lying, still cheating. Some people, they go on to their next relationship cheating just as much as the narcissist did, and or worse, because they came from an environment where they were cheated on so much, they think everybody's a cheater, or they think cheating is the norm now. So the fact of the matter is, a lot of us develop these traits, and we carry on the ghost of the narcissist. We carry on the same destruction. We carry on the same mistreatment, misuse, and abuse that the narcissist inflicted upon us. And a lot of people will talk so bad about the narcissist and they did X, Y, and Z, and they treated me like this. And then when you hear some of their stories, you realize, shit, you wasn't acting no better than them. And it's not to say they're not at fault, but understand, like, we're all accountable for what we do. Even though you can't hold them accountable because, they lack accountability, you still accountable for what you do and how you behave moving forward. Because, not saying you are a victim, but you still need to get rid of the victim mentality, because the victim mentality is not going to allow you to take responsibility for what you've done and what you're doing. So the thing is, throughout the relationship, you lower your vibration to their vibration. You lower your frequency to their frequency. You lower your standards to their standards. So a lot of y'all, when y'all don't realize, when y'all telling these stories, you sound just as bad as them, if not worse. A lot of y'all have took these individuals from other individuals. Y'all cheated on y'all spouses to be with these individuals. And sometimes it be karma. Now, I'm not saying anybody deserves to be abused, but again, you got to look at your behavior and you got to look at how you moving too, because if somebody doing some fuck shit, that don't mean you join the parade. You distance yourself from them and you take accountability for your behavior, and you correct your behavior. Because what happens is, we're so used to holding everybody else accountable as a defense mechanism. We hold everybody else accountable. We hold everybody else to a high standard. But when it comes to us, we want to move the goalposts. When it comes to us, that don't apply to me. When it comes to us, it's different. When it comes to us, I have the right to do X, Y, and Z. And what that does is that still goes back to avoiding accountability, because any excuse not to deal with your shit, whether it's emotional, whether it's circumstantial, whatever the case is, it's still avoiding accountability. And if you're saying, but you're just proving my point, because the fact of the matter is, you can't control what other people do. You can control what you do, and you can control how you move. Now, if you use what other people are doing to say, I have no control over how I move and I have no control over how I act, that is bullshit, and that is avoiding accountability. The way you hold people accountable is not letting somebody treat you a certain kind of way. The way you hold people accountable is setting boundaries. The way you hold people accountable is not letting them get away with behavior they think they should be able to get away with. The way you hold people accountable is denying them access. The way you hold people accountable is getting the fuck away from them. Having a conversation and letting them know, hey, this ain't finna fly. Not stooping down to their level, not being an idiot just like them, not being a cheater just like them, not being a blame shifter just like them. Because again, we're taking these behaviors with us. So it's like, yeah, you left or they left, but they're not really gone, because you're carrying on their behaviors, whether it's to your next relationship, whether it's in your friendship, whether it's against your kids, whether it's against your family. You're taking the behaviors that they exhibited towards you, you're taking them and you're carrying them with you. And some people so blind, they don't even see it. And they wonder why they still feel so trapped and they still feel so empty. It's because you ain't really cleansed yourself of that part of the narcissist. You still got them fleas on you. So you wondering why you feel stuck, why you can't move, because God is not going to allow you to move forward if you still got that energy on you. God is not going to allow you to move forward until you get that spirit off you. God is not going to allow you to move forward until you reevaluate yourself and understand, hey, I need to clean this shit up. And like I say, people can run from it, people can spin on it, people can make it everybody else's fault, people can point the finger, people can do whatever. The fact of the matter is, reality doesn't care about your lie. Reality doesn't care about your delusion. Reality doesn't care about what you don't want to face. Reality doesn't care about validating your emotions. Reality is what reality is. It doesn't change because of how you feel. It doesn't change because you lied. It doesn't change because you don't want to deal with it. It doesn't change because you change locations. It doesn't change because you get busier. A lot of people think they can busy themselves out of reality. A lot of people think they can busy themselves out of accountability. A lot of people think they can busy themselves out of doing the work, because a lot of people think if I don't acknowledge it, it doesn't exist. And that's why they never move forward, because they're only acknowledging what they want to acknowledge. They only acknowledge what's comfortable to acknowledge. They only acknowledge what they feel like dealing with at the moment. And then that's why they wonder when they look back, it's a bunch of shit piled up behind them. That's why they anxious. That's why they feel like they always got to do something. That's why they feel like they got to isolate. That's why they feel like they got to go off and try this different shit. That's why, because they're running from the anxiety of not taking care of their shit. They're running with that spirit that's still in them. They're running with those traits that's still in them, and they're not properly dealing with them. So they're still there. That's why a lot of us question, man, is it me? Was I the problem or whatever? It's because you develop some of the same habits that they have. It's because you develop some of the same traits that they have, because you're not living, you're still in survival mode. When you're not relaxed, when you anxious all the fucking time, when you not thinking clear, you in survival mode. Because you're not thinking clearly when you're in survival mode. You're just doing whatever you feel like is best at the moment. Whatever you feel like is going to make you safe. Whatever you feel like is going to alleviate your stress. You're not living, you're in survival mode. And a lot of people been in survival mode for 10, 15, 20 fucking years, and they think that's actually living. Because when you living, you gotta relax. When you living, you're enjoying. To enjoy, you gotta be at peace. A lot of us ain't at peace because we not dealing with it. We not going to therapy. And like I say, therapy is the first step. That don't mean you doing the work. That just means you become aware of what work you need to do. Because a lot of people will go to therapy, they'll tell you what's wrong, and then you say, oh, well, I went to therapy. And then you'll just keep going, and then they're just letting you know and making you aware of more shit that you need to work on. And it's like, well, I know now, okay, what are you gonna do about it? Because the thing is, they could tell you what's wrong, but it's on you to fix it. It's on you to do the work. Sometimes they'll give you homework. Hey, I need you to go do this, X, Y, Z, and then bring it back, and then whatever. But you just satisfied with them telling you what's going on and validating, you know, what you felt like was going on. No, it doesn't stop there. It's a continuing process. A lot of people aren't healed because they taking shortcuts. A lot of people aren't healed because they don't want to do the work. Because a lot of time the work lets you know what's wrong with you. Everybody don't want to hear that. A lot of times the work is going to reveal you have childhood trauma. You have trust issues. It reveals you're a liar. It reveals you're a procrastinator. It reveals you're a blame shifter. It reveals you have no accountability. It reveals, you're a disturbance. People don't want to hear that shit, and it's crazy. People will rather build up on bullshit than turn around and be like, okay, let me fix this, let me fix that, let me fix that. And like I said, healing is not a destination. It is a journey. And a lot of people wonder why when they get to a quote-unquote destination that they still feel empty, they still feel tired, they still feel anxious. It's because you ain't do what you were supposed to do along the way, because you skipped steps. You skipped the part where you were supposed to develop a certain character to get to that destination. Because the thing is, if you get to that destination and you're not built for it, you're not going to stay at that destination long. Because whatever you're traveling to, whatever you're trying to get to, what you don't understand is the journey is what builds the character development and the armor and the strength for you to maintain that destination. See, a lot of people want to get places, but they don't want to stay places. They don't know how to stay there. Oh, you can get there real quick, but when it comes to staying there, you don't have the tools because you didn't go through the shit. You didn't work on this, you didn't do that. So when you get to that destination, you don't even feel qualified to be there. You can't even stand the heat. When it get hard, you're ready to go to another destination. Because you didn't do the character development. Life is about character development. That's why there's so many soft-ass people out here. And yes, I said it. You can counsel me. You can do what you want to. It's so many soft-ass people out here because don't nobody go through shit no more. It's easy to opt out. It's easy to go do this. Well, I'm finna quit this and I'm finna... Nah, stop quitting shit. Stop giving up on yourself. You think you finna go to a brand new destination and you've been quitting all your life and then you finna stay there. Nah, it don't work like that. But when you build that character development and you don't let nothing stop you, you built for any destination, not just the destination that you're running from. And you gotta be able to do that. It's no way around it, because if you think you're gonna avoid it, it's going to show up in your fruit. That's why they say don't pay attention to what people talking about. Look at their fruit, because everybody think they're a good person until you tell them they not. Look at their fruit. What if you created? What if you produced? And it's the same thing in healing. You can't carry the spirit of these individuals with you. You got to do the work and you got to get that shit out of you. Because if you don't, you're going to suffer the same fate as them. Because what a lot of people don't speak on, a lot of us jump from relationship to relationship to relationship after them because you have that same spirit in you now. Up, they told me no, next relationship. Up, I don't like the feeling I get, next relationship. Up, they telling me work on myself, gotta go. Same spirit. Because you have not fully cleansed yourself of that behavior, and you can't carry on with that. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you need a one-on-one phone session, the link is down below in the video description. If you need to talk, if you need to vent, if you need advice custom-made and tailor-fitted to your situation, y'all make sure y'all book a session. I do all cities, states, time zones, and countries. So make sure that doesn't deter you from booking a session. If you do not see a desired date or time, make sure y'all send me an email and we will get you scheduled, because I do nighttime sessions, after-hour sessions, and weekend sessions, but they're upon request. Y'all make sure y'all check out my performance video for Regret Radio. It is available on the channel here throughout the videos, so make sure y'all check that out. It is off my pop project, Supernova. It is also about my narcissistic experience in its entirety, so y'all make sure y'all check that out. Make sure y'all send it to a friend, share it, send me some critique, do all that good stuff for me. I greatly appreciate it. And until next time, man, another day, another way. You ain't gotta listen, but I know you heard me.